Happy Friday, everybody, and Happy New Year. Thanks for kicking off 2026 with us here on the podcast. Scotty G joins me as well as our buddy Jason, and we get a unique perspective from Jason today on what it's like to live down in Celebration and have the world come to your doorstep to enjoy those awesome vacations that we get to have down at Walt Disney World. But how does it affect his everyday life? Like when they go to the grocery store, or when they go to Target, and when they just want to get around town, what do they see? So we get that perspective from him. And we also talk about if he wants to work remotely, where some of the best places around Walt Disney World to do that. And we get his perspective on his first marathon weekend, which is coming up next week. He's going to run the 10K and the half. We talk about that and much more. So it's a fun insider look at Walt Disney World if you were to live just a mere 10 minutes from the magic. So hope you enjoyed today's show. Don't forget, today's podcast always brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next Disney adventure for no additional cost to you. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. Please also use our Amazon affiliate link when you shop online. That one extra click supports everything we do throughout the year. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. And thank you so very much to our Patreon supporters. You guys make the shows possible. Can't thank you enough for that. You can support us as well, just $5 a month. And when you do that, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Come over this week. We'd sure love to have you at patreon.com/beourguestpodcast.
Ready to take a trip to the world? You found the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. This is where your memories come front and center on our podcast stage.
Welcome to episode 2824 of the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. I'm your host, Mike Rallman from beourguestpodcast.com and one of the senior agents over at the Magic for Less Travel. Happy Friday to you and Happy New Year. Glad you are back to kick off 2026 with here on the podcast, second day of the year. And before we go too far, a very happy 18th birthday to my daughter, Mallory. Yes.
An adult.
Shut up. She keeps saying that. I'm like, stop. I don't need to hear all that. It's crazy. She was 2 months old when we started this podcast. She is 18 today. So, yes, happy birthday to Mallory. We'll be celebrating. We had her birthday party with the family yesterday on New Year's Day. So everybody came over and had a good time here, but happy birthday. So we're celebrating with the podcast here. We're going to have a good time. Jason is back joining Scott and myself. Scotty G here from Must See Adventures. Scott, hopefully the new year's coming in strong up in East Lansing and in the Must See Adventures studios. What's up? Happy New Year, bud.
Happy New Year. Happy birthday to I kind of consider my niece, to my girl,
Absolutely.
Mallory. Happy 18th. You know, Mike, I feel like our girls, like, they like Disney, right? Like, Disney isn't like their thing necessarily. It's like their dad's thing, you know, but they go along for the ride. But, do you know those little words projects? Are you familiar with those? Like that jewelry?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Not
maybe.
really.
Yes.
No, maybe.
So
Possibly.
it's kind of like a bracelet with like words on it, like a friendship bracelet,
Okay.
but they have like cool words. So like they saw them at Disney, and when Emily turned 18, we were down there. We saw one that said Disney Adult, and we're like, oh my gosh, we have to get Emily this little words project. Like she'll hate it because she doesn't want to be like identified as like a Disney fan, you know, but like it's funny because she turned 18 and it's like, dang it, I should have got Mallory one of those too, because I think it would just be funny, you know, because our girls are now adults and they're kind of like Disney adults in a way, but I still might get her one of those.
Stop. See, I am against anything that says that she's an adult. I know in reality she is an adult, but I am not going to endorse anything that says, because she's still my little girl. Like there's all those memes that you see on Facebook that say like, the world sees her as, you know, as she is. But I see her as that little girl still walking down Main Street, USA, you know, in the Elsa dress, or actually she liked the Anna dress, you know, coming out of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. She's still 6. You know, it's like,
Right.
this ain't happening. I'm in denial, and I'm still going to be in denial until she leaves for Mizzou. I don't know how you did it, dude. I know that you're like a little bit ahead of me. I know they're only a couple months apart, but like Emily's a year ahead in school, dude. I mean, because I had to do it with Paige, and it was hard, but like she's my last
before you
one.
got some experience.
Yeah, I remember that, man. We dropped Paige off, Dude, I cried.
Dude, next
the
thing we
whole
know,
way.
Jason's gonna be dropping his son
I
off.
know,
at
dude. I'm
Michigan
telling you, man,
State,
strap in. It's a rough ride. Jason joining us. He's at CFB Numbers on Twitter and the social media. Jason, Happy New Year. Thanks for coming back. After did we figure out how does the dining work on the Destiny? What's up? Happy New Year.
We're the foremost experts on the Disney.
That might have
Destiny.
been our best episode, but we sure had fun doing it. I'm just saying.
Oh, we had a great time, and we gave an answer at the end of the day. It may not have been the correct answer, but it was an answer.
Actually, we went back and looked when Scott disappeared because his laptop died right after the show ended. I went back and looked at my pictures. The first night was the pirate show. No, the first night was the Lion King show. The very first night they did sing. I looked at my pictures. The second night was pirate night. So I went back and looked while we looked for Scott.
I'm glad you clarified that. Yes.
So we know. So go ahead,
That's
Jason.
why you take pictures for documentation.
Absolutely.
I was just gonna say Happy New Year, happy birthday to Mallory. Yeah, you guys are having me choked up, and my son isn't even born yet, so that'll be I'm excited, but excited to be back on the podcast.
So from two old dads, Scott, at the beginning of the new year, give one piece of advice to Jason as a new dad? What would you say?
You know what? You just kind of hit upon it. Like we're talking about Mike's cruise. I think with the technology, with like having great cameras like on our phones now and such, like I think you can't overtake enough photos in this digital world we live in now. Like maybe back in the day when you had film and all that, like you could like end up taking way too many photos, but just capture as many moments and take some video too. I think that is just so great to like look back at. Like we got this new digital frame and I've been looking at old photos trying to get it added. And like I'm so thankful that I took photos, but I felt like I didn't take enough. So my advice would just be like just overload the photos and videos, because when your son's 18 and getting ready for a senior year and all that, you're going to love looking back on those early moments and be thankful for those photos.
Yeah, I echo that. And I say mine was going to be to take video clips, like, because I have a ton of pictures, but the ones that I get the biggest kick out of are when I go back to like little clips of video and hearing like Mallory's little voice, you know, like her voice was so cute when not that it isn't now, you know, but she's a screaming cheerleader and a, 18-year-old, but like that little, 4-year-old voice and 5-year-old voice trying to be like, when she was singing Let It Go, priceless, because storage is so cheap now, and then Google Photos. And I can imagine what it's going to be over the next decade, how they churn everything into, these books and movies and stuff automatically for you. It's just like, hey, look, this is what happened last year. So cool.
But you know what, Jason being a football guy, and Mike, you and I like football as well, and I feel like we did a really great job raising these girls. I think we should come up with a playbook for Jason.
Ooh, I love this. I love this idea.
Let's give him the script. You know how a football coach it kind of has like the first 8 plays ready to go, like on the opening drive. Like maybe we can start them off with a good script.
Oh,
like
give me a perfect scripted drive. You can even add in like a Disney context, because we'll be going to Disney.
Yeah.
I love this idea.
So we're gonna brainstorm on that for you, Jason. We're gonna gift you the dad playbook.
Is it going to be more like a Mike Leach, like wide open offense, or more like an Army, like a Georgia Tech, like a triple option kind of thing? We're going to be conservative on this. We're going to what we're going to do here. You got to think.
If it's Mike Leach in the air raid, it's only a couple plays, but you run him to perfection, and that's the key. The pirate.
Man, I missed the pirate.
I was gonna say my wife is a photographer, so photos and videos there will be plenty of those. I always like for photos, like the live photos where you can like hold down and click on them, and you can hear like a snippet sometimes. Like if you turn your audio on, you can hear like my sister will send videos of like her kids, and you can kind of like hear them laugh or giggle, whatever. Like I love those live photos when people do that.
And I think the new year, as we jump into 2026 for everybody, like it's a good time to kind of make, not necessarily a resolution, but it's good kind of like, hey, this year I'm going to do more with taking little snippets of video throughout because even the mundane is a treasure later on in life. You might say, oh, well, we're not going to Disney until March, and here it is cold January in Missouri or Michigan, like this is like the UGG months, this is like, we're just trying to survive to get to, our flower and garden trip in a few months, or, our cruise in April, what have you. But 5 years down the line, playing Yahtzee at the kitchen table with your kid when they're 3 years old, that's going to be the good stuff. Take a video of it. Like, you might think it's boring today. I'm telling you, take it. When they get older, you're going to want that. Anyway, it's good. We're just this is like that Dr. Rick commercial, dude. We're dispensing life advice. You came for Disney. We're laying it on you thick.
We're just weird this week. I'm sorry.
Well, honestly, you guys are two of some of the best dads I know. So getting a playbook from you guys, I know that might not be what your audience wants right now. That's what I want. So I'm enjoying this.
That's the good stuff.
It is good stuff, but I don't know. So we wanted to have fun with you though, Jason, because you're our friend, but you have a unique perspective on things because you're a super Disney fan, but you know, we just love that you have a different perspective than us. Like, you know, we are in places that it is miserably cold right now. You know, the wind chill was below 0 this morning for both of us. You're down in Celebration down in Florida, but you have a really, you know, we just wonder how it is for you living where we go to have fun. So I thought it might be fun just here on a Friday, kicking off the new year, getting your perspective on things. And I thought Scott and I would ask questions. If folks that are tuned in live have questions, they can drop them in the chat and we'll ask those as well. But, you know, simple questions like, I was just wondering, like, you know, what's your perspective on things? Because this is the time of year where the parks just get crazy crowded. Like, everybody comes down. Scott and I have been there for the holidays. You know, Epcot's a nut house, Magic Kingdom's a nut house right before New Year's and around New Year's and Christmas. I mean, do you guys like change how, like, you go to the grocery store, how you go to Target, you know, things like that during this busy season? Does it affect you guys as far as how you just kind of go about your everyday life during, say, from like December 20th to January 5th? Like, what's it like down there for a local this time of year?
Yeah, so our passes get blacked out. I think they got blacked out like the 19th this year. So for the most part, like during the holidays, like we can't go to the parks. So if we did want to get a Disney fix, we would go to the resorts and check out the decorations, or we do an annual trip to the fort. So that's kind of our, you know, little thing of Disney around this time of year, just because we can't go to the parks. But yeah, definitely like Targets just get slam packed with people. You can see, like, you know, plenty of tourists, and then obviously it's locals too trying to do last minute Christmas shopping. Publix more or less the same. It's, you know, you'll maybe see more people coming in and kind of getting their groceries for the week, which I always love seeing that. You know, obviously I try not to people watch too much while I'm grocery shopping, but you can tell when there's like a family that just came from MCO and they got their Michigan hoodies on or something, or they got, like, you know, Missouri branded stuff. Like, you know, they're not from here and they're going to Publix and they're getting, you know, they're loading up on their snacks and maybe they're getting a Publix sub or something. Like, to me, that, like, I do like a little fist bump. I'm like, oh, I'm so happy for them. Like, they're going to have such a great time.
See, I was wondering that because, Scott, that's us, right? I mean, like, we've done exactly that. We've gotten in, like, you have the rental car, you'll pick me up, we'll go straight to Publix. First thing we do is get that pub sub. We're like, I mean, we could not be happier to be eating that chicken tender pub sub. And then we run through the aisles like on a marathon weekend. We're getting the Gatorades, we're getting the Goober, we're getting the bagels, you know, we're getting the room ready for, you know, to stock it up. But I mean, I wonder what it's like from, like, the locals' point of view, because they know they see us coming a mile away. I mean, Scott, what do you think about that?
Very easy to spot, but it's just, yeah, it's just
Especially like when I'm pushing the cart and I'm like looking up, like, okay, which aisle's the water? Like, like clearly, like I look like I'm lost because I don't know where any of the stuff is in the store.
My favorite is when it's like, I don't know, like 60 degrees, and I'll wear like what I'm wearing right now, like a performance hoodie or like sweatpants or something. And I'll walk in there and I'll see somebody with like a Wisconsin shirt and like flip flops and like maybe like a, you know, a summer hat or something on. I'm like, yeah, they're not cold. I might be cold, but they're not cold.
And the thing for me too is, like, you know, we don't have Publix in Missouri, right? So when I go to Publix, it is kind of fun. Like, I mean, because like you say, like, the pub sub is one of the greatest things ever, right? It tastes so good. It's like, for me, it's like going to Chick-fil-A or, you know, like Jimmy John's. It's better than that because it is like vacation food for me because I can only get it there. And just shopping there is kind of fun too because it's a different experience. I don't know, Scott, Like, do you have any questions, or like, what do you think about that whole experience of like shopping and all that stuff when you hit
Oh, I have a
when you
li- I'll
hit
ask a
the ground
question
running?
too.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But one question I want to ask. So like when I'm like staying, I always stay on Walt Disney World property, right? Like, so sometimes before I go to the parks, like I might want to grab like a bagel or like a small breakfast sandwich. So I'm curious if you do something similar. Like, do you go to a local place? Like, is there a good bagel place that you like to go to, Jason?
You were just teeing this up for me, Scott.
I
Oh
was.
boy, let me tell you guys about Jeff's Bagel Run. So Magic Kingdom is on World Drive. On the opposite end of World Drive is Jeff's Bagel Run, and those are some of the greatest bagels you will ever have. They've gotten stamps of approval from people from New Jersey, people that are pickier about their bagels. It is such an experience. They have cream cheeses and spreads from all different flavors. You could get like a cookies and cream cheese. You could get I know you guys don't like banana, but they have like a banana cream cheese. You can get that with like a blueberry bagel.
Oh man.
We're 100% getting you Jeff's Bagels the next time you're down here. And Mike, if you want one, we can get you one for Marathon Weekend too, because to me, that would be the best spot to go. And it's honestly, you don't have to hit I-4. You don't have to hit 192. There's no traffic. It's just World Drive, opposite end of Magic Kingdom. The coffee is also very good. To me, if we're going somewhere like a park early in the day, Jeff's is our stop like 90% of the time.
Very
That's
nice.
awesome. So let me ask you.
I just love hearing about local spots like that.
I do
right?
too.
Like just like because we're so. I mean, I love going to El Mercado or the Pop Century Food Court, to get my stuff. But like, I'm always curious, like, like, do the locals do the same thing? Like, do they go to their like local food court or whatever, like a Jeff's Bagels before they go to the parks too? Which is, you're confirming is true. I love it.
Yeah. If honestly, if you don't like bagels, there's other breakfast spots in that same spot. There's a ton of, you can get Fat Burger if you want, lunch in the middle of the day.
I'm down.
That's a
I
really
don't know
good
what that
spot,
is, but that sounds awesome.
Oh, Fat Burger. Oh, Scott. Oh, you
I got to
need
do
Jeff's
some venturing
Bagels
out apparently.
and Fat Burger. You could spend the whole day. You could go walk around Publix in between while you're digesting.
Sounds like a new must-see adventure vlog. I'm just saying this is a must-see adventure vlog right here. Like,
this is
Jeff
100%
Bagels,
a
Fat
must-see
Burger.
adventure. But yeah, that's Jeff's would be the place. I would highly recommend that, and I don't think it's too far out of the way in terms of the Disney bubble.
The place I want to go to is the Portillo's that's right off property, which I haven't made it over there because I'm a Portillo's guy because of Paige being up in Chicago, and I love, man, Portillo's is so good. And I know that I just happened to go across that when I was down there for the Give Kids a World thing, because I usually don't have a rental car. I'm an Uber guy. Like, I'll just get to the airport, take an Uber over. But I did get when we did the Give Kids a World things, I'll get a car because I have the equipment and go back and forth. But Scott, you do usually rent a car. So let me ask Scott this though. It's a good question because it kind of makes you more of like a local leaning person if you have a car, because you could do these things. Like you could, but you tend to not. You kind of do stay in the bubble though, don't you?
I do. I just do because
You like that,
I love
that feel,
Disney.
right? You like that feel.
Yeah.
Like you don't want to escape the bubble, right?
Yeah, and like I will say, I rent cars more now, kind of because Magical Express is gone. I hate saying. I know that's always a sore spot for everyone. Oh no, not Magical Express again. Don't bring that up. But like, that's kind of like we would be like in every other rental car, like when that service was around. But ever since it went away, like we get one every single time now because we just figure like, well, we're gonna have to get some. We have to pay to get from the airport and back, and then like we like to do the dining at the resorts, and that just makes it so much easier. Like, and then we can kind of control our destiny a little bit, but easily go to Publix to get groceries, waters, things like that. So we like having the car, but yeah, I'm always for like we talk about it like, oh, could we go off property and go here, but then once you just like get settled and unpacked, it's like, oh, now I'm here. No, it's kind of hard to do. But the Jeff's Bagels, like Fat Burger, like I don't know. I think I'm gonna have an off-property day now and just checking out some of the local flair.
I get where you're coming from though, just like staying on property with a car, because once you get off of property, there are definitely spots that like just traffic wise, it just feels intimidating or chaotic. So like I totally get that, but that's why I'm hammering home Jeff's Bagel Run, Fat Burger. It's called Celebration Point, the like shopping plaza. But like I said before, you don't have to hit any major roads. It's just World Drive, and you drive down and you're there.
Is that the place? Again, I don't know, but is that the place that has like the water tower by the Chick-fil-A? No, or is that
no, that's on the opposite side.
Okay, that's because that Chick-fil-A, I've been there a bunch of times, and sometimes that line is long, and that's where that's a
line
Publix
can
we
get
go to.
intense.
Yeah, that's a Publix
Yeah.
we've gone. Scott and I have eaten a pub sub in the parking lot there. It's one of my favorite pictures.
Yes, we have.
That's right here on the frame. Tailgating out in the parking lot with those pub subs.
Tailgating
Oh my God, that was one of the best pub subs ever in my life.
So speaking of staying on
ahead.
property, so
Yeah.
like when we stay on property, like we know, like, okay, we're going to Epcot this morning or Animal Kingdom. Like, let's get our bag together. Let's grab the umbrella just in case if it rains. Let's get all this stuff together. So we always purposely like create this little like travel bag, because we're traveling. We're at Disney. I'm just curious as a local, like, do you always have like a bag ready to go? Because you could just be like at home or just driving from Just Bagels and like,
Yes.
what? Let's hop into Epcot. Like, do you have like a go bag?
Yeah, go
always
bag. That's what I
in
was
the
gonna say. Yeah,
car?
totally.
Not necessarily. I do keep I don't know where it is right now, but I have a like a corksicle water bottle holder, and that will have like my motion sickness bands, my magic band. If it's a festival, it'll probably have my Epcot like festival
Passport.
The holidays, the passport. So I'll kind of keep that sort of ready, and I can kind of get that ready quick. I think with rain, unless it's like a torrential downpour, we're just like, you know what, if it rains, it rains. We can kind of just go home and get dry, or it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I definitely
I
like to
imagine
keep
your
the
cars
corksicle
have
ready.
umbrellas though, right? Like you probably have an umbrella
Yeah.
at all times in the car.
Yeah, no, there's an umbrella in the car. I keep telling Vern we need to put a popcorn bucket in the car, but that still doesn't happen because
yeah.
we have so many popcorn buckets, and every time we're like, oh, we'll take a popcorn bucket, and then we get to the park, and guess what? We don't have a popcorn bucket. So maybe one of those days we'll want to put one in there.
Following up on that, let me ask. So when you're not blocked out, like say during regular times of the year when it's not during holiday season, do you guys? And I know this probably varies a lot, but I mean, are there days like where you like, okay, do you plan out when you're going to go to a park, or is it usually like, today I feel Epcot. Like I feel a little Epcot-y. And like you just say, at lunch, we're going to go over to Epcot, or like, it just feels like so good that you could do that, for somebody that's 1,000 miles away from Walt Disney World. Like, how does that tend to fall for you when you have access to the parks? Like, how does that usually fall for you guys?
Yeah. So I feel like if friends or family hit us up and are like, hey, do you want to go to Magic Kingdom this day? Do you want to go to Epcot? Like if Beth, who's in the chat right now, she's like, hey, do you want to go to Hollywood Studios? Like that will be more of the like days in advance type thing. If it's just Vern and I, there are days where we'll wake up and kind of start doing our thing and then kind of look at each other and go like, hey, do you want to go walk around Hollywood Studios after work? Do you want to go to Epcot? Like, so I feel like when it's just us two, it's a lot more like spontaneous. But then when friends and family are involved, there's a little bit more planning just with, whatever days we go.
Interesting. Go ahead, Scott. You got another question?
So I think most of your friends and family are local, but I'm sure you have some out of state visitors that might visit, like we visit, like I'm always curious about this. Like, do you ever get hit up for like airport pickups or like, hey, can you take me to, do you become like an Uber driver for like local friends, when they come to visit?
I have taken my friend to the airport, although it wasn't Disney related, but he just happened to be flying out of MCO. So we said, hey, we'll drive you there. We would be more than happy. And Scott, Mike, we always open.
I'll be there Wednesday. No, I'm just kidding. I'm taking Uber.
Mike, you might be a little bit more easier to do. Our cars are just very small, and we also have stuff in them. So it's like any sort of luggage kind of becomes a situation where like we would be happy to drive you guys, like, no problem at all. It's more just like there's no place for the luggage. Like, so that's the only, issue. We eventually will upgrade our cars for, our kids when we need more room. But we'd be happy to drive people. We just don't have room.
No, I think me and Mike have joked about this, but like if we were local, like I would love being like an Uber driver.
Same.
Like, I think it would just be so much fun.
So,
like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever thought about that or not. Like, it would just be,
So I was actually an Uber driver in college at FSU, and that was there are plenty of off-camera stories about that.
I bet.
But no, I feel like Uber around Disney would be really fun because then you could like get excited with people like, oh, where you staying, where you going this day, like that would be
The
easy
conversation
to
would
like
be kind of
start.
easy,
Yeah,
I feel like.
conversation would be so easy to start.
Yeah, that'd be on property being an Uber driver at Disney would be the best. Like that'd be so cool.
Even if you just went back and forth from property to the airport, like I think
That
that
still would be
the
fun.
traffic
Yeah.
would stink, you'd always get like hung up there a little bit, but like I think that would be fun though.
I guess it wouldn't be fun coming from Disney to the airport because I feel like everyone would be a little quiet, a little sad their trip's coming to an end. But driving people from the airport, that'd be really fun.
See, those you probably get the better tips too. People haven't like spent all their money yet,
Yeah,
So, like,
that's true. That's a good point. So Scott, you'd rather do airport runs? I think I'd rather just do like around in the bubble. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they'd be shorter rides, but I think I'd have more fun doing that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I would like both because I think of like picking up someone at the airport. I think
such a
would just
random
be so
show.
cool, right?
Yeah.
Because their family is so excited for this trip that's about to happen. So I think it'd be fun to do the airport pickups for sure, and then just kind of hang around the bubble a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Driving around the bubble can be interesting though because you will see some not Florida license plates and they're like, oop, that says Hollywood Studios, and now we're getting over 3 lanes. So you kind of have to have your head on a swivel.
That is true. Sure. I see that a lot just while I'm riding the buses. I'm like, oh my gosh, like
I feel like I can kind of sense when somebody's hesitant in front of me. Like I can see like, ooh, I don't think they know where they're going. And then they start going back and forth. So that's when you know to like, all right, we got to be cautious.
Yeah. Again, as a local, right, you're like in and out of there with your own car. Like I have this theory, and I've told this to Pam probably 10 years ago, that I think some people, and again, I'm just saying this out loud, but I mean, I know it's probably not our audience, but I think some people get down to Walt Disney World and think it's not the real world, and like physics are different because like the road signs are blue or purple, whatever color they are nowadays. They used to be purple, now they're kind of bluish, but that isn't how it is. You know what I'm saying? Like people do, like they'll come from the far right lane and cut all the way over to the left and do crazy stuff that they would not do back in their hometown. And it's you're still driving a regular car. You still have to obey the traffic laws. But I think people think it's Walt Disney World. It's all fun. Like I see the craziest stuff down there. I'm just like, but it's
I feel
you're still driving
think
a
like
car.
it's the end of the world if they miss their exit or whatever. And like my tip for driving on Disney property, there are always multiple ways to get to pretty much everywhere. So if you miss your exit, you don't take the, first right instead of the second right, whatever, like there are more ways to get around. Like your maps will reroute you. Like there's always other ways to get around. So that won't it's not the end of the world if you miss your exit.
Let me ask you one more question, because you have a job typically where you can work remotely, if you have like an internet connection, a laptop and so forth. So I don't know if you ever get the opportunity to, but have you discovered places like at World or on property that tend to work out better if you can find a place to kind of take an hour or so where you have to do some work, but you can work on property? Have you found places maybe at resorts or so forth that work out well for that?
Yeah, I think Coronado is one of the best places to work. It also, you have to take into account getting through the guard gate because obviously we're driving there. Coronado, they don't even look at your license half the time. They're just like, yep, have a good time. So we've gone to Coronado to work. We haven't parked at the Riviera, but we have gone to the Riviera to work in the, I can't remember what is it the
Voyager's Lounge?
Yeah, that's what
Voyager's
it is.
Lounge.
That's a
I
really
love that
cool spot to work. Yeah, that's a fun spot to work.
I did a lot of work there during the pandemic because I stayed down there for a month basically. And I did a lot of work.
You almost got your address changed during the pandemic, man. You were there forever. It was awesome.
One of my favorite spots that we went to once was Wilderness Lodge. I think it might be the floor with the fireplace, but there are like these desks with outlets, plugs, everything you need. You can look at the lobby, like you have a view of the lobby, so that's cool to see. But there's these like nice desks. They have those like big dividers, so like you can kind of get a little privacy. That was a really cool spot to work. So that would be a nice spot to work.
It's interesting. Yeah, like we used to see Phil Scheingold working over Coronado. I don't know if you saw him, Scott, but I saw him all the time. I'd be walking. It's that
Barcelona
area
Lounge.
that used to be the check-in.
Oh, yeah,
like that
there
little
too,
pass through between the tower and like El Mercado.
I've worked there too.
Yeah, I'd be walking
That's
through
a nice
there.
spot.
I'm like, hey,
There's
Phil.
so many like plugs and outlets there. It's crazy.
Absolutely.
But so Jason, you hinted at that you just did like a kind of like a staycation at the fort. It's kind of like an annual thing that you guys do around Christmas time. So I have a question for you. So Must See Adventures, Be Our Guest podcast, we're teaming up. We're giving you a 2-night stay, 3 days. So like, yeah, 2-night stay, 3 days at a resort, but you're blocked out during it. What resort are you going to pick for you guys to just have a little staycation as a local?
That's a great question,
That's
because
a
I
great
feel like
question.
that's what we do when we stay at resorts. Is we do that exact thing. We don't go to a park. We're there for like a Friday, Saturday, and then like leave Sunday. So same thing, 2 nights, 3 days. If I had to pick one, I would go Coronado, just because you have dining options. You have really great pool. The quiet pools are also amazing. Plenty of space to walk around, get some exercise. Taking a lap around the lagoon is just, it's amazing.
It is.
So I would pick Coronado.
We're going to book that on a discount, and you saved us some money by choosing Coronado, so I appreciate you there.
There we go. Coronado is my favorite resort on property, so I have plenty of positive to say about that. I would go Coronado. Port Orleans, either one, I think is good, just because you have the option to go to either feature pool. So you can go to French Quarter one day, go to Riverside the other day. Obviously talked about beignets. So that would be another spot too. The moderates, I think, are the best for like that type of stay.
So I was so surprised. So I stayed at French Quarter during our little like Thanksgiving fantasy cruise. And every time we stay at the Port Orleans resorts many times, and it's always been super cold. It's always like marathon weekend or Thanksgiving week, and like we rarely go in the pools there, but we had a nice warm day. So Liz and I went to the French Quarter pool. I think it was for the first time ever, and I know I've always seen that slide, right? Like that slide looks really cool when you walk by it. I did not realize like how short and like tiny that slide was. It's just like it's the like you climb up it. Like I didn't even do it because I just watched all these
sea
people do it.
serpent's tongue.
Yeah, it can't be more than 2.3 seconds long. It's like the shortest slide ever. Like that just you were just talking about the feature pools, because like that pool was nice. It was nice and big and all that, but like I could not get over like how small that slide was. I guess it just fits with the resort, right? You're like, that's the smaller of the two Port Orleans resorts, so Riverside's going to get the more in like normal slide, and French Quarter is just going to get this tiny slide.
I feel like that and Wilderness Lodge, their slides, when you look at them, you're like, what? Like, why are they not? Because then you look at slides like Coronado, you look at slides like Animal Kingdom Lodge, Kidani has a really good slide.
Yeah, not the Jumbo. The Jumbo one is very short too.
Yeah, Jumbo one's very short. And then obviously like Stormalong Bay, massive cannonball
like
slide, whatever.
Yeah, it is.
But then you look at Wilderness Lodge and you're like, what happened? Like, why?
That
why
slide
is it not
disappoints
cooler?
me. Yeah, that slide really disappointed me too.
Dude, we need a must see event.
Mike.
We need a must see adventures of you going down the sea serpent's tongue. That's ratings gold right there. Come on,
I should have done it.
Oh my god, that's you getting spat out that sea serpent. Pew. Dude, that and like have it bounce or something. That's more of like an Instagram thing or like a TikTok. But
so it's funny. Like there's so many videos of me going down slides and like over the years, and it's funny because like Emily will always go first, and she comes down so gently and like smooth. There's like no splash, and then in comes me, and I'm like a cannonball. Like I make the biggest splash and like wipe out ever, and Liz just like cracks up. She's like, "How does this happen? How does Emily come down all smooth and all these 5 other strangers, people that we don't know, there's like no splash, but you come down like 200 miles per hour with the biggest, like I don't know how I do it,
dude. This is your
million. Are you guys the same?
This is your million hit reels right here, dude. Put it together. This is a million hit reels right here.
I'm the complete opposite. I get stuck on slides. I don't know why. I wear a rash guard, so I don't know if it's that. I don't have the physics behind why I can't slide down a slide. But it's funny, when we went on our cruise, we went on, you know, the Castaway Key slide, how the, like, it's not shallow there. Like, it's really deep.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
you
it's super
hit the
deep.
water
Right.
and you like go down.
Falcon plunge. Yeah.
So Vern goes down the slide and she's recording. I think we rented a GoPro for that cruise. So she's recording, she drops in, and then you just see in the recording her sunglasses just trickle on down. And I think they're still at the bottom of Castaway Key at
They
this
might
point.
be.
They're still there.
Sounds like you need to book another cruise to go.
I know, I
find
got to book another cruise to go dive
But
down and find them.
I'm 100% with you. The first time we did, I don't know how we got on the slides. I do this. I just like go off topic.
This is like Mike in the Midwest, dude. I start with one topic for 17 topics to the wind by the end.
The first time I did Pelican plunge, like I thought I was gonna drown because I came in so fast too. So like I'm going so deep under the water. I'm like when am I gonna come back up? Like I'm 20 feet down.
Every slide on Walt Disney World property, like you hit the bottom pretty quickly. Like I don't really like, I could keep my like above my shoulders dry if I really wanted to, but then you're just like,
fun in that,
and you're just, that's, but like, yeah, Pelican plunge, you're like, you go straight down. You're like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
And there's two slides there. It's the covered one, dude. That covered one,
yeah,
you come out that thing like a missile. It's like on like Mario Kart when that bullet hits you from behind, dude. That's you're like that bullet, man. You come. I've done that thing like maybe 2 times because you come. I feel like I'm skimming the water and and then I go under. I'm like, dude, that thing is too hot for me. I need the uncovered one if I'm going to do that. And that thing's a lot of work. You got to actually swim all the way out to the platform.
Oh yeah,
dude, that thing you gotta prove.
I haven't done it in the last few trips. My next Castaway Key, I'm gonna do it. It's been a while. We need some video of that.
It is a lot of work. Oh my gosh. Well, so we're getting almost up against it. But let me ask you one more thing here, Jason, because we got marathon weekend next week. You believe it? It is next week. So you're going to be down there, half marathon happening. Like, what are your thoughts leading into this? Like, you prepared? What are you excited for when it comes to marathon weekend here as we're getting ready to run the miles here?
I think I did the Scott Gardner half marathon preparations. If that gives you any idea. No, I'm very excited. I'm doing the 10K and half. Vern is joining me on the 10K, so that will be that'll be fun. That's my first ever half marathon, our first time doing marathon weekend races, so excited to see those course changes versus like a wine and dine weekend. Marathon weekend, it's so much fun. The Lizards are they're all great people. There's so many meetups and just getting together and having meals and just having a great time. You know, we've only been doing Run Disney for a year, but you can already just sense like the community in Run Disney and just like how magical it is. So really excited for that. And yeah, just excited to do this half marathon. The medal is Donald and Daisy. Vern's favorite character is Daisy. She loves it. So the second I get the medal, I'll probably take one picture and then hand it to her. And now it's her medal.
It's a good deal for Vern. Get the medal.
It is. It's a great deal.
Just hand it over. I like that. So now you guys are staying at your house and driving over for the races. Is that I've always taken the bus from the resort. Is that, and you've done that before, is that a challenge with like traffic and stuff like that, battling all the motor coaches and the cars? Like, what is it like getting logistically to the races in the morning? Because marathon weekend's the big one. Like, what are you anticipating for that?
Yeah, so we've done wine and dine 5K and 10Ks. So I guess I haven't really driven when like part of World Drive is closed.
Give yourself some time on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm starting to realize I was like, ooh, I should get up a little bit earlier.
Because the traffic is pretty bad on marathon and half marathon day.
Because for wine and dine, we really haven't had any, I'm gonna knock on wood, we haven't had any issues with getting to Epcot. It's been pretty seamless. Same as a park day, you know, go through the gate and then park and then walk on over. So that hasn't been an issue. I should probably not expect that for marathon weekend, and I should, you know, get a little bit more prepared. But for the most part, if you leave it in an appropriate time, like the traffic really isn't that bad. I'm so jinxing myself.
I
right
know,
now, but you
seriously,
what?
dude,
It's
I'm like,
totally
should I
fine.
delete this part out of the show? Because you're making me so nervous. That's the good thing. Like, I just get on the bus and I just go back to sleep, and I'm just like, I'm putting it in. You know, I shouldn't even do that because we've had stories of Scott. Was it Phil Scheingold that jumped off a bus one time and like ran to the corrals, like because the bus driver got
That
lost
was
or
the
something.
famous 2020 marathon, where his bus went to Hollywood Studios instead of Epcot.
Right.
And then
Ooh.
they ended up just running to the corrals from there.
Yeah.
And they ended up holding the race, like,
Yeah.
which was crazy because that was the day they cut the race short because it was so hot. Like,
Yeah.
they cut the race because it got to like 80 degrees on
Yeah,
the
they cut
course.
Blizzard Beach.
And the part of that problem was though because they started the race late because of the transportation issues. That was crazy. That was a crazy marathon.
Did the bus drivers just not know where to go?
A lot of times they don't. A lot of times they just don't.
They're just winging it.
Well, because they subcontract out the bus drivers for these race weekends. But I mean, most of them do.
Yeah.
Most of them do. Well, I mean, welcome to your nightmare. All the runners that are getting ready to go down for marathon. This is not going to happen. It's rarely. You're going to be fine because really,
it did happen in Wine and Dine too. I remember one of our lizards. I mean, I remember it happened to Chris. He got on a bad bus. But
it's not
you get there eventually.
See, everybody's gonna have. They're already having nightmares about the weather, and now they're going to be having bus nightmares.
It's like the way I look at it is like when you book a excursion on a cruise through the cruise line. Like they're going to get you there eventually. Like they're not going to like start the race without you. Like they're going to get you there. You might not be in the corral you wanted to be, but you're going to get there.
If you're really concerned, just get them on the first buses. That way you have time. If your bus decides, but I know Scott just gave.
I like the extra sleep.
I don't either. I'm the same way. I get on like I get my strategy is I get there like midpoint of when the buses go, and then I feel good about that. But do what you got to do.
It's all fun and games preparing until your alarm wakes you up that day and you're like, ooh, I could sleep in just 5 more minutes.
And when you're doing dopey, you play the 5 more minutes each morning. Like, the 5K.
Oh yeah, it gets even
like,
more. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, this time, and then it's like 10K, I can do 5 more minutes. And then by Sunday, you're just like.
And my tip for the bus, even if it just gets you an extra 20 seconds, I always go straight to the back. It's just so I can stay on the bus a little bit longer.
Dude, that's not a minor tip. That is a great tip because especially if it's like raining or cold. Oh my gosh, 10 seconds longer in a heated bus is like an hour. It's beautiful.
It makes all the difference.
Just does something mentally for me, just to be the last person off the bus. So I always go straight to the back.
That's the day you wanted the bus to get lost. You're like, dude, we're here.
I know.
Hit a couple red lights.
Yeah,
kind of take a wrong turn.
You got all these other
Over
people.
Wine and Dine, they were like 6-minute rides from Coronado. I don't know how it happened.
Yeah, 100. That's where you can tell. Again, we gotta close the show. But here's the thing. Like, it's kind of like I was gonna ask you about like what's the craziest thing you've seen tourists done at Publix, but like on a Run Disney bus, as we're getting ready to transition into Run Disney week here next week. You can see the Run Disney veterans on a bus, and you can see the Run Disney rookies on a bus. The Run Disney rookies are all like, we got to get to Epcot. We got to get to Epcot. The Run Disney veterans are like, dude, if we have to go like by the airport to get there, cool. As long as we get there before the national anthem, we're cool. Yeah. Like everybody else, like they're amped. Like, let's get there, dude. We got to get there. Do you want to stand out there for 2 hours and be freezing and shaking? No. Let's just enjoy the heat, turn out the lights. Let's all take a little nappy nap and we'll all be good. But it's so funny. And I used to be the person, I was the rookie that used to be one, but now I'm old and I just like turn out the lights. Let's all go to sleep. Let's don't be all chipper.
Yep. Oh, the chipperness on the bus though. The people that have like the most excitement and like are talking like this is a classroom. Let's be quiet.
This is a quiet moment. We're reflecting on our decisions. That's what we're doing.
People listening, like what I'm talking about.
Oh, I love it all. But it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm just like, 20 more minutes of sleep is so good.
And it's fine. I love the people are excited and they're talking and like talking about their race history. It's fun. It is fun to listen, but
it is fun.
I'm usually not going to be the one engaging in that conversation. That's why I'm the guy in the back of the bus.
It is, but it depends. Like, because usually you've told yourself I'm going to go to bed at 8:30 the night before, and there you were at 11:30. You know, struggling to get back to your room and deciding, okay, now I got to put the bib on. Now I got to dig out my socks and my compression sleeves. Like you didn't get to bed till midnight. You just made bad decisions, and now you're like, oh, just 30 more minutes of sleep, please. Yeah, so it's on us.
Hey, now I'm like mad I'm not doing like Princess or Marathon.
Last minute flight,
Dude. Southwest.
You can Google last minute flights,
I think
right?
Southwest had a 6-7 sale. get in. There you go. Get those flights. I got a 2-queen room. Let's go.
I don't know, Scott. You sound under the weather. I think you need to take a couple sick days. January 7th to the 9th.
I think
There
so
you
too. All right, well, let's close this thing out. Jason, thanks for saving us this week, coming on, making the shows awesome, and Happy New Year to you and Vern. It's going to be a big one in 2026.
Always happy to be on the podcast. Happy New Year, guys. 2026 is going to be a great one.
I don't know if you can give it to us, but what's your pick for the national champion here in the next week or two?
Ooh, that's a great question. I can give that. I think I'm going to lean Georgia. I feel like Georgia has gone as under the radar as Georgia can be. Their offense can hang with people. And then obviously Kirby Smart, one of the best defensive minds in the game. So I feel like they're kind of flying under the radar. You get like an Indiana and Ohio State kind of making headlines. I feel like Georgia I think they can hang. Gunnar Stockton's been very efficient as a quarterback. Yeah, I'm going to go Georgia.
You heard it here first. I agree with that pick. That's a strong one.
I'm going Oregon.
Ooh, Oregon's a good one.
I think
I don't know. I just want
Dante
to be
Moore.
different.
Yeah,
I like to be a little different.
Should I say Roll Tide?
Don't. Unless if it's a jinx. Unless if it's the Mike jinx, then yes, please do.
Mike jinx.
You don't want me to say that, but it's I think they'll. Of course, by the time this comes out, the game's over. But I think they'll be.
I honestly do like that Georgia pick though. Like they're rolling at the right time. It seems like too. Like
I really like. I haven't liked their quarterback, but like he keeps proving me wrong every week. So I'm like, you know what? I think I'm just gonna lean into it and I'm gonna pick him.
Defense.
Oregon's a great pick though. If Dante Moore continues to be the elite quarterback,
because I feel like this year now they are under the radar where they had all the pressure last year. And then Ohio State smoked them. Like I think this could be a better fit for them this year. But
that huge advantage of not playing in the Big Ten championship game and getting rest. That's huge.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
Then they had like an easy draw. I mean, I don't want to say easy draw, but they kind of got
Texas Tech is a tough defense. They can get after
first round.
Yeah. Well,
Texas Tech.
And then they just like had half their team like not even playing in the second half. Like
they kind of rested starters then in the second half too.
All right.
Anyway.
Yeah.
College football podcast.
We had to do it for a few minutes. We had to. Sorry about that. All right, we're jumping out of here. Don't forget the show brought to you by the Magic for Less Travel. We'd love to help you plan your next vacation. Check out all the details today over at themagicforless.com. No additional cost to you. Also, please use our Amazon affiliate link. It's beourguestpodcast.com/Amazon. That helps support the show. And you can become a patron of the show. It's patreon.com/beourguestpodcast. When you do that, you get a bonus show every week called Mike in the Midwest. Thanks to everybody who does that. You guys make the shows possible. I appreciate that so very much. You can follow us all on the social media. I'm at BRGuestMike on Instagram, X.com, and Threads. Scott's at Epscott, EPSCOT, but you got to check them out at Must See Adventures over there on YouTube. Scott, real quick, what's happening on the channel here as we kick off 2026?
Yeah, so we got the Wine and Dine race weekend recap to get you excited for Marathon Week coming up, but we're going back into the deep into the catalog. We're going to have a Canadian trip that we took Halloween weekend of 2024. It's going to be lots of fun. Niagara Falls, Canada's Wonderland. Should be really good. And then we'll go into our last year's summer trip. So lots of fun coming your way. Must See Adventures.
Like and subscribe here in the new year. Must See Adventures over there on YouTube. And Jason, where can people check out everything happening here as we get to the ultimate time of the year in college football and pro football too as well? Super Bowl coming up here in less than about a month.
Yeah, you can find me on CFB Numbers at Twitter. If Georgia loses, you're more than welcome to make fun of me in my comments. Or if you want to keep it more Disney, I'll be in the Discord. Same thing, Jason at CFB Numbers. Happy to talk Disney, football, whatever you want. It truly is one of the best communities out there. So if you're not part of the Discord, please join up as soon as you can.
Thanks, Jason. We appreciate you coming on. It's been a lot of fun having you this week.
Thank you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
All right. And check out the Clubhouse. It's free for everybody. It's the nicest Disney community out there. Seriously, the best people. We just have a great time. It's free for everybody. Come on over to beourguestpodcast.com/clubhouse. And we will have a live call-in show this Sunday night, 7 o'clock Eastern, 6 o'clock Central. Give us a holler. We'll talk Disney with you. And that's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, and Twitch. All right, jumping out of here. Hope you have a great weekend. So for Scotty G and Jason down in Celebration, I'm Mike here in Missouri. Have a great one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and we'll see you real soon.
You've been listening to the Be Our Guest Walt Disney World Trip Planning Podcast. If you have questions, comments, or would like to be a guest on the show, please visit our website at beourguestpodcast.com. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you real soon.